Yeah, welcome back to the No State Project. I'm your host, Mark Stevens, author of Adventures in Legal Land. I'm doing another workshop in McAllen, Texas on February 26th. That's, a month away from today. I got to go and deal with the TSA again. But it's more than worth it because I had a great time in McAllen. I think everyone learned a lot. I converted basically almost the whole room, JT, into voluntarism.
Yeah, I mean it's infectious once you get that programming out of your head, that status garbage you've been fed all your life.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing another workshop there dealing with tyrants, tickets, and assessments and whatnot. So it's not just court, but this kind of the same process that whether you're in court or you're not in court, you're trying to resolve a problem. So that's what you're looking to do. You're in damage control, and you're just trying to limit the amount of damage these people are trying to cause you. And so that's what we do and how to deal with them and get taken care of quickly. So go to rgvnostate.com. To sign up with Armando to do that. So it's only $50, and it comes with $50 worth of file of paperwork that we will be going over. As far, like I mentioned before, the template, the motion to dismiss template, and the script, which I mentioned before, 75% of the time when we file the motion to dismiss, the cut doesn't even show up. So we had a couple of those last week we spoke about. But I want to get to your calls. We have area code 218-632-9399 to join the show. 218-632-9399. I want to go oh gosh, I call this a lot, Jake. Area code 916. You're live on the No State Project. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I think my name's Frederick Richard.
Fred, well, where are you calling from? Yes, you're live on the show. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Eagle, Idaho at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere near Boise. Mark, I just discovered you the other day. I've been banging heads here against this incredible wall that I've discovered in the last 2-3 years. The other day, back in October, I was down in California and wandering down the road, pulled over, stopped. I'm driving an Idaho car, but vehicle, whatever. I don't think I was driving either. I actually, I finally had enough and rolled down the window a couple inches and suggested to the officer that I had no idea why he turned on his lights and he wasn't going to the emergency. He's a little confused. Long story short, he asked me for a driver's license, and I said, well, I'm having seen the straw man video. I said, well, I don't have a driver's license, and by the way, I'm traveling down the road. I'm in private. And then one thing led to another, and about 2 hours later, and six cop cars showing up.
6?
They decided to arrest me. Well, I think it was 6, may have been 5.
Well, okay, 5. Okay, that 5.
Yeah, I was an incredible threat there.
Yeah,
just kept my hands on the wheel. I turned on my flip video camera. I suggested that I had a $500 per minute fee schedule, and he gladly said, "Oh, that's okay." I said,
$500 a minute.
Silver, yeah.
Are you charging me now?
I don't know if that got. Huh?
Are you charging us now?
Oh, no.
Boy, that landed well, didn't it, Jay? Okay, so you've got all these cops there. And...
I got all these cops. They've agreed to my $500 silver dollar specie per minute. Every minute they detained me and kept me from my liberty.
How they agree to that?
Long story short, they agreed. I got it on tape. I think that's a contract. Anyway... long story short, I was just done with these guys, and I just had nothing better to do that night. So they ended up arresting me, and I told them they didn't have permission to touch this man's body. Blah blah blah. They laughed. Ended up in the Huskow. I'm an ex-Navy pilot. I've been through torture training, etc., in SEER school, and they did. It's really interesting. They throw you into the tank. I wouldn't give them my name. I wouldn't sign anything. And they decided that they were going to throw me into the 50-degree, cement floor tank for about 8 hours. I kind of laughed. Been through far, far worse. But anyway, long and short of it was I bailed out, and they ultimately cited me for obstruction of justice and delaying an officer in his investigation or something like that. I answered all their questions. And this thing's been rolling on and on. I'm kind of at the point now where I've been thinking, after studying the American justice system, realizing 99% of the conviction rate doesn't portend well for myself. And now I've come across you and your methods, and I have a date back with a judge down in California again, sometime on the 10th of February, I guess. And I was wondering what you suggest.
Have you filed? I would file a demur right away.
I was thinking that.
I would file a demur on no valid cause of action. There's no real crime is pled. They haven't. I'm sure I can go through the complaint, which is a misdemeanor, and they are not alleging you violated anyone's legal rights. I mean, obviously, what was the object of the stop? Did they tell you why they originally stopped you?
Yeah, eventually they got around to it. It turns out that my vehicle, my little car, had this was in California. I'm up in Idaho, but anyway, the car had a tinted windows. I was driving 50 miles an hour in a 55 zone. I was just totally sober, going somewhere, and just tootling down the road. I was kind of talking on the phone, and I don't care anyway. But yeah, they finally said, and they were begging me to, give them a driver's license. I said, no, I'm not driving. I can't give you a driver's license. Unfortunately, I had one with me, of course. But
you see that now you give them. Were they asking for any driver's license or a California? Well, they probably saw the Idaho plates and figure you probably have an Idaho. Do you have an Idaho driver's license?
No, I have a California driver's license.
Oh, Vay, you're making it worse for me here. All right. I still don't believe that there was any valid cause to stop you at all, because you weren't initiating any force against anybody, you weren't causing any damage, so I would file a demur right away. And I do have one written for California. You have to edit it and you have to put in a little bit of information about what's going on. But like I mentioned earlier, 75% of the time we file this, the cop doesn't show up. To trial.
Okay.
To trial. So things just usually get thrown
for the
out.
trial. So the demur, start with the demur and then go to the trial. And
if you have to, if you have to. We always wind up. What I tell people when I and you can get it at my website markstevens.net is I always send a copy to the officer who filed a complaint. Always, and I think that's what is really helping. And we've had people where they see the cop, the arresting officer, the one who gave them the ticket. They see him in court because they get there early. And he's somehow not available, and he's not appearing for them. And we've had a number of people where they saw that they had their phone and they didn't get a picture of him. But one day we'll get that. But that's if you have to go. If you file the demur and it's not ruled on, or they deny it, then there's remedy from there, depending on how much time and money you want to invest in that to get the trial court to stop.
Right. Well, listen, I got to tell you, thank you very much. I just discovered you like 3 days ago. I've been telling everybody about you. I've already ordered your book and the whatever. But
that's not a whatever. Because I remember that's never a whatever. I do want to let everybody know I'm a little bit behind. You got me back ordered again, and I was expecting to ship everything out yesterday, but I'm sure that I'll be shipping everything on Monday.
Monday will be time enough, I'm sure, and I'll get back in touch with you and let you know. And by the way, we're trying to now that you've given me a whole new thought process on where we're at in this world and the No State Project. We've been actually here in Idaho and actually throughout the country assembling. I've gotten partially involved in the assembly movement and trying to reconstitute civil government on the land and get back to the republic, but.
There is no republic. There never was.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. Having discovered you, I mean, this is the whole new thing.
Well, great.
Thank you very much.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you called, and we'll get that book out to you next week. Good luck, and keep in touch with us. Let us know what's going on. My name is Mark Stevens. This is the No State Project. Here on LRN.FM, my website, markstevens.net. We got open lines. You can call 218-632-9399. That's 218-632-9399. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.